So the very first part of this beautiful opening, okay, of this ocean going into a stream, is the energetic part of letting go. So whether you are aware of it or not, there are certain songs, there are certain qualities within being human that allows us to get so fed up with something that we finally let it go. But we can go through such a long, drawn out process of, that metaphorical whipping ourselves and reliving something and going into it over and over again, never coming out of it with a positive or a forward moving solution. So this is kind of a moment to, again, attune to your inner guidance, which is what we worked on a little bit in the first, more so in the second video, and really beginning to allow some of those aha moments, hopefully that happened in the second video, to kind of come to the surface again. Within that time, the process of letting go is really getting clear on, okay, and you can write it down or you can kind of visualize it in your mind. Anytime that something's in your mind, though, it's really great to get it out. So that mind dump helps, and it can be crazy pants, but this is part of this process as we're beginning to bring things in. We're beginning to allow ourselves to get into the nitty gritty so that we can really start to make forward progress. Okay, so trust the process here a little bit. So let things go. Now, easier said than done. The very first thing is the song from that kids show of like, let it go. But it's such a powerful song, and I think it's one that resonates for kids of all ages and adults. Like it's a catchy song that gets caught in your head, because there isn't a single time within a life that we didn't feel so heavy with expectations. So much is put on our shoulders. We felt so trapped that when we finally just let it go, and I kind of want to use some expressive words here, but when we finally just let it go, it's like, yes, perhaps we are letting people down. Yes, perhaps there is some outcome and there is some consequences that need to occur from those actions of letting things go. But holy moly, does it ever feel? And again, if you can visualize, or if you've seen the Frozen, concept, but it's just that visualization of her when she's climbing up the mountain, she's releasing and letting things, like literally physically letting things go. I think we can all appreciate that there is maybe times in your life, or maybe you haven't gotten there in times in your life, but you're feeling it, where it's like, you change your wardrobe, you let go, change things. Things are just changing on your exterior, but you're fundamentally, what's happening is you're letting things go on the inside. And usually as you let things go, there is like a period at the end of a situation, you finally either reach critical mass and you can't hold on to it anymore, or hopefully within this process, you actively choose to let something go. It starts to create a subtle shift on your inner guidance system. And with, again, many of the lessons that we'll learn throughout this program and moving forward, is as you continue to let things go, it creates space in your life. So that ocean that is so chaotic and so craziness and so many little, not enough time, not enough, inner value, not enough exterior value or resources, motivation, like these are all kind of big stories that we all tell ourselves, and we resonate because we've all been there. It's a humanness. It's a part of being in the process. It's a part of being in this story. I'm just really excited because I want to try to also explain that this very first piece is that you have choices of letting things go that you possibly know, or hopefully from the second video are beginning to know, beginning to understand. You need to let it go. Okay. It could be an emotion letting go. It can be a physical letting go, meaning changing your environment, changing relationships, changing relationships with self, changing, and when I say change is meant to be a process. It's not just it's not just a cut things off and throw it away. it's a process. Letting things go, is you're climbing that proverbial mountain. You're processing things and you're kind of letting things go as they need to. It's not a whole lot of cutting people or places or things or situations out. It's looking at something, it's feeling how it makes you feel. And if it's not gearing towards your joy, your ideal outcomes, your goals, it doesn't need to be there. It is holding you back. It is one of those foundational, fundamental weights that you are choosing to haul along with you within your life. And if you're not aware, if you're not taking time like we are right now, you could be honestly hauling that along right up until the end. And it can, not could, it will prevent you from living experiences. It will prevent you from doing, creating, being the ideal, the elevated version of your life. And that's a piece that, for me, as a healer, as a helper, as a teacher, a an intuitive, it's a piece that want I want humans, I want us to understand that there's other ways, that there is other options, that we have choices. To empower oneself with the choices that we do have, I think is valuable. And so here it is. Here I am showing up and being outside my comfort zone. So I encourage you to be outside your comfort zone as well. Let things go. If you let things go, it will immediately create space for your energy. You will have energy. It will create energy. It will increase and start momentum and motivation. It will also allow there to be mental, emotional, and physical space in the in the layers. So your energetic realm, your emotional realm, your physical, and your inner realm as well. So it's like the benefits of this first step. The reason I'm getting so deep into it is because it's powerful and it's going to kind of start from the inside. It won't necessarily be a lot of outside changes. Okay. It'll start from the inside, and you need to kind of really be working on this and shedding those layers on the inside first. And then things start to shed on the exterior. Your environment shifts, your emotional state shifts, how you present yourself to the challenges, to the world, begins to shift. But you need to start to make these inner callings and create the ability that it's okay for me to let this go. It is not working for me.